Hi, Cancers. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless love reading for my Sun, Moon, Rising in Venus. Today, I'm going to ask my spirit guides what is going on around you for love, what's coming towards you, confirming any connection that you may be in. So let's get our cards going. Let's call in our guides. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's been newly guided here. Spirit, please share with me for my Cancer. What is it that you need us to hear? What is it that you want us to know at this time? I am listening for you now. I have dressing up, an opportunity to dress up and party, fun times ahead. I always say dress up and show up. You know, sometimes when you don't want to kind of get that ball rolling, you have to push yourself, step out of your comfort zone, or try new things to meet new people. But this could be Spirit's way of saying, hey, at some kind of event, a wedding, a reunion, some kind of social event that somebody could be taking you to, they just said, so maybe you're going to be the plus one that somebody wants to invite you to go with them somewhere. That's fun. I have you're on the right path. Love is a beautiful journey and you're on the right path. Sometimes we just need to know that the path that we're on is leading us to the love that we want. And you're always exactly where you're supposed to be at this moment in time. You just keep going, keep following it. And it's a little bit of all your dreams will come true. You know, I just want to keep reminding you that, you know, dreams do come true. You know, sometimes it's not in our timing, doesn't come to us when we want it or as fast as we want it. But there is a day you wake up and all of a sudden you have what you've been asking for. I have a void rushing to fill a void with love, seek inner fulfillment first. Of course, self-love, of course. We don't want to just be with anybody to fill that empty void. That's only going to last for so long. You're better off being alone sometimes and loving yourself first. And then I have sparks. Keep the sparks flying, surprising each other with gestures of love. But I like the sparks. I always like this feeling of, they're saying sparks in your eyes. Okay, sparks in your eyes. Maybe your eyes sparkle when you laugh. Maybe your eyes sparkle, or there's a sense of brightness in your eyes that they don't see in other people. Let's get one more of these. And I have a hideaway, making time to be with your person, creating your own special space. Doesn't mean you're going to be alone in the world with this person, but I love that bubble feeling of, it could be a restaurant, it could be a room in your house that you feel both really comfortable in. It could be a backyard, you know, it could be something like that. But it is a feeling of, it's where we like to go and where we are private, and it's like our own private little world, and nobody else is coming into it. And I think anybody who has gone through starting something with somebody, you like to stay in that. I call it a bubble. It's like this bubble of love in the beginning where you just love to be with this person and get to know them, and the intimacy builds and the vulnerability is there and the laughter they're even sharing, you know. So it's our own little world is really what they're sharing with us. Spirit, please share the cards. I have a Queen of Swords. I have a Chariot. I have a Fool. You have a beautiful new beginning here, guys. I have a Two of Swords. This came into me as I want you to see right from the beginning. I want you to see the real me. And in order to do that, you have to decide, you have to take a close look. But I feel like this person has nothing to hide. I really do. I feel like this person's an open book. I feel like this person is saying, ask me anything. That could be a clue that this is a good person that you should be with, that they have nothing, they're not holding back. Nothing is off the table about their past. They don't just kind of skirt away from hard questions like, tell me about anything, tell me about your past relationships. And they say, oh, I don't want to talk about my past. No, this person is an open book. It's a sense of ask me anything. And for some of you, that could be really important emotionally, because you may feel that if you don't have the answers to some of those questions, you won't really know your person. And I feel like this queen is, I don't want to say over analyzing, but is definitely putting a lot of thought into what they're getting into. If I'm going to move ahead with you, if I'm going to charge forward into this connection, I'm not going to do it on a whim. I'm going to do it with my head in the game. And I want to know that I'm on the right path. Otherwise, I don't want to make a mistake. I don't have time to make a mistake, they're saying. I don't want to waste my time. So the good news is this person is an open book, and you can ask them anything. And if they're able to answer those questions, I feel like you definitely have just found your person. So that feels good. I have a 5 of Wands. I have a Justice card. I have a Page of Swords. And I have a Magician. So part of me is feeling that I don't want to fight these feelings. I am open. Like this came into me as I am open to a commitment in the future with the right person. I am. I would talk about that. I think even right from the beginning that this person, if you say, well, what are you looking for? This person would say, I would love to be in a committed relationship, but I haven't found the person I want to commit to. So I feel like they're very honest with what it is that they're looking for. So they probably would be very open to a long-term committed relationship as opposed to let's just see where this goes. Like, I don't feel like that's what's happening here. The Magician is somebody that I would definitely want to get to know. I feel like a little bit of intrigue, a little bit of a mystery, a little bit of there's a lot of layers to this person. I feel like the more I get to know them, the more I'm interested in them, something like that. So this person could bring something into your life that maybe it's a little bit of a challenge, or maybe there's somebody that has a lot more to offer than somebody that you had in the past, and that's very exciting to you. So I would say there is a little bit of, who's this mystery man? I'm just saying man only because of, the way it's coming in, but who's this mystery man that has so much to offer? Like that's kind of how it's coming into me. Spirit, please share with me. I have bubble baths. I want to have fun. I have kissing in the rain. So this person isn't afraid to have fun. I have hiking. Okay. I have picnics. I don't know about picnics, but maybe we stop along the way and have some food on the side of the road at a little shop or a little store. And maybe we pack our lunches and, we do go for hikes and bring our lunches with us. So it feels like an adventure. It feels like very romantic. And it also feels like a lot of, I'm going to say inexpensive things to do. So maybe we don't have to spend a lot of money to have a good time. And maybe that's part of the fun, is that it doesn't matter what we do, but we don't have to spend a ton of money. And it doesn't mean you don't have money. It just means that you don't have to spend it, to have a good time. Impromptu photo shoot. Somebody is sending photos. They like to send photos of themselves, where they're at, maybe who they're with, what their food, if they're out to lunch, what their food look like, something like that. Lots of photos. I'm going to say that we build a little photo gallery. We're probably both very good at documenting and taking photos. That could be a clue. Steamy showers. Okay, so we're intimate, sexual, and I have skinny dipping. Okay, so we have fun. You know, it's almost like we're pushing the envelope, and I feel like it's, I'm going to say nothing is off the, I guess there's no rules between the two of us. We feel very comfortable sensually. We feel very comfortable physically with each other. So, you know, whatever happens between the two of us, obviously it's private. So we just enjoy each other in a lot of different ways. Let's get some initials. We're going to get first initials. We're going to get some names. First a letter of a name, second letter of a name, first name or last name this time. And then I'll give you some initials as well. So this is a little bit harder to do, but some of you, it may be a confirmation. So we'll do it that way as well. Let's see. I have the letter M-I. So the beginning of the name, the first name or last name M, second initial of the name I. I have D-A. I have E-L. W-I. I have C-H. I have S-A. I have J-U. And I have K-A. Okay. So, and then let's get some initials. So some of you, those could be connecting to the person on your mind. If not, don't worry about it. If you're just manifesting with me, it could be a clue of a name that could be coming your way. So let's get some initials. Let's see. I have the letter F, another F, C, U, L, B. I have a T, an H, another T, R. Let's get one more, and another R. Okay, so for some of you, those could connect. If they do, let me know in the comments. I would love to know that we got your person today, or something about your connection. Spirit, please share with me, what is it that you need to know? So who's this mystery man with a lot to offer, is how I feel with that Magician card. To see sparks in your eyes. I love that. I have a 10 of Pentacles. I have a Page of Swords, 2 of Wands, and I have a 9 of Pentacles. I could see myself being very secure with this person. Okay, I could see myself with a future with this person. I also feel like we talk about a future. I feel like we ask a lot of questions to each other along the lines of, you know, what's important to you? What kind of home do you want? Where would you like to live? How do you see your retirement someday? You know, want to put your kids through college, you know, whatever it is that you're working on. But I do feel like we talk about those things early on. I feel like we try to look at the big picture of what a life together would be. And I do feel like we both feel very secure in this connection. I'm going with a spiritual connection, Knight of Cups. It's bigger than both of us is coming into me. King of Cups and a 6 of Pentacles. So I think once we get over that hurdle of, are you right for me? And would this work? Then I feel like it starts to move into, this is a dream come true. This is a divine union. This is a romantic connection. This is someone that I want to stay in that private little world all alone with you forever. That, you know, I don't ever want to leave this room, you know. I mean, I think there's moments in time I don't ever want to get out of this bed. I want this moment to last forever. And I feel like, I think that we fall very much in love. Okay. I want this moment to last forever. And I think that there's times in our lives that stand out over other ones that, I don't know, you would do almost anything to go back to that moment in time, the moment you met each other, a specific date, something like that. So I think there's going to be a lot of special moments in this connection for you guys. So let's see what they have for additional messages. I have waiting. I'm losing patience. I get it. Divine timing. I'm looking at that clock. You know, that clock is always moving. We are always in movement, in motion. You're not stuck. You're not blocked. Spirit has something for you. We wanted different things. Maybe there was someone in our past that we just weren't in alignment anymore with that person, and we had to make some changes, and changes are hard and they take time. And they're trying to realign you with the right person. I have intimacy. I will say the new connection is very intimate. I feel like I don't want to get out of this bed. Lots of pillow talk, lots of love making, lots of intimacy, watching TV in bed, you know, getting some snacks, making popcorn, you know, whatever it is. But it's a feeling of, I just love being in your arms. I love being with you. So lots of intimacy. A player. I feel like we go through this period of I need to prove to myself. I certainly wouldn't be intimate with somebody until you get over the answers to yourself that this is a player or not a player. Spirit shared with us that this person's an open book. So before you're intimate, before you're just jumping into a casual relationship with somebody that's all they want, make sure that this is somebody who wants more. But I do feel the sparks, and I do feel I want this moment to last forever. So I don't feel like it's somebody who is just looking for one thing. I'm not, but be aware of it. They're out there, of course, immature people who just use people who only want one thing. That's not what we're looking for. Ignoring the obvious and covering up a problem. Somebody who doesn't answer questions is really part of this reading. Somebody who avoids talking about themselves. I don't like to talk about myself. I don't like to talk about my feelings. That true avoidant out there, they're covering up something. They are pretending that nothing is wrong with them. So be very aware of those energies out there. I'm hungry for sexual longing, lust, fantasizing. We do not want to get trapped, Spirit just said, into this kind of revolving door of the person who only wants one thing. So you always have the right to say no. It's always your choice to see what it is you want. That person is a very low vibration. They are going to drain your energy. They are going to take something away from you that you don't want to give. So I want to be very, very careful with who you're inviting in today with your body, your mind, your soul, your emotions. And I want you to focus on the person who has a lot to offer, that it isn't just chemistry. It certainly isn't just lust. You want the person who is going to last. They said last forever. And that is something that's important to you. So keep that in mind. You know, you have to say no. That's the only way that you can prevent these vampires, these energy vampires, from coming into our lives. So we all know they're out there. We just have to face them. I get jealous. Okay. Somebody doesn't want you to be with somebody else. But there was a sense of security earlier that if you're both secure in this connection, there's no reason to be jealous. I see the rest of my life with you. So I feel like once we start to talk about bigger things, bigger picture, we do get that confidence. We get that kind of concrete building block that we need. I want you all to myself. So we are going to decide that we want to be exclusive. We do not want to be with anybody else. I feel like that's important. I look into your eyes and I see my soul mirrored back at me. They saw sparks in your eyes. Maybe they've never seen sparks in anybody's eyes. You know, there's a sense of a twinkle in your eye, a spark, a twinkle. that they haven't ever seen. You know, do you realize that when you smile or you laugh, your eyes actually twinkle, you know, and you make me melt. I'll reach out soon. Okay, so if they're not here yet, I'm going to go with soon. I'm going to go with it could be here at any time. It's divine timing at work, but I do feel when this arrives or this is a confirmation, I really like the kind of we create our own little world, our own little bubble, and I want to stay in that world forever. So let's put this out into the universe. I want to thank Spirit for these messages. I want to thank you for being here. If you're new, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Please comment below, everybody. If it connected to you, let me know. If anyone is interested in a private reading, I'll put my website in the description, kathymamolenpsychicmedium.com. Also, check out my other 2 YouTube channels. I have a pick a card channel and I have a twin flame channel that you may enjoy. So I hope you enjoyed your reading. Just remember, dreams do come true. And we're going to ask Spirit to guide you this kind of love now.